Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to a brand new podcast here presented to you by FA Euro in collaboration with the Blackjack Media Group and the Eastern Observer. It is called Extra Time Meet the Team in preparation for the USL League Two campaign that starts in roughly about a week and a half. I'm Joey Jarzynka alongside FA Euro's new forward, Antonio Santos. Anto, how are you? And thank you so much for joining me here this afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm good, thank you.
So let's get things started here. So you've gone to college at Franklin Pierce. You've also played at numerous other places. We'll get to those shortly. But let's get things started here first with the most recent events, obviously being in the world of COVID-19. How are things with you during quarantine? Let's start off with that.
Wow, that's a good question. I mean, just when COVID arrived in our world, like let's see, 14 months ago, I went back from my university to Spain, to Madrid, and I spent my whole quarantine with with my family there in Spain. We couldn't even go we couldn't go out and do stuff until almost May, so it was a long time on home. And yes, I did good. I just bought like a rack to do gym and exercise, and try to keep in shape, but it was tough, especially because we were in season, we were in the spring, and I had to go back in Spain and be completely stopped.
Yeah, the crazy thing too is that especially at the NCAA level, everything was completely stopped, and your season didn't obviously get underway. You went back to Spain. You're not really or you're not at Franklin Pierce anymore. But the biggest thing here is that um, there's so many people that everything stopped for them. You had to be inside. You had to do whatnot, and I'm sure a lot of soccer fans probably were wondering how you were able to stay active when everyone told you to stay inside. Uh, what were you able to do aside from getting a few gym equipment pieces of equipment into your
Yeah.
place?
Yes, I mean, for example, my university organized some weekly sessions to be working together as a team, doing some workouts together through Zoom or Microsoft Team. But yeah, then I also did like some workouts in the with the equipment I bought through Amazon.
Yeah.
But as you said, it was tough. It was really tough to keep in safe with that situation, being on home with a reduced space. So yes, at the end of the day, it wasn't like it's when you are working with your club and stuff.
Yeah, it's really crazy to see how everything has progressed since then, and now obviously things here in the United States are beginning to open up and really good things. And on top of it, you're going to be playing here this summer. But before we get to a little bit about FA Euro, let's continue about with what you did during college and at the NCAA Division II level in the NE10 conference, the Northeast Division. That is where Franklin Pierce University is. You played there 2019-2020. You started in 19 games. You played in a total of 20. You tallied 7 goals. You also earned 6 assists on 52 shots. 27 of those shots were on goal. You also scored 20 points. And you also had 2 game-winning goals against St. Anselm on October 9th, 2019, and also in your exhibition contest against Wilmington, Delaware on November 23rd, 2019. That is also out of conference play. Talk about how good it was to be able to play in America, and especially at the Division II level in the NCAA.
Yes, honestly, I did not know too much about how college worked before I came. Then I realized that I was playing in Division Two, not in Division One. I didn't know that there were different divisions. Anyway, I enjoyed a lot. The season I played here, I couldn't play this year, so I still played during the fall of 2019, and it was awesome. Honestly, I was expecting less level. People, especially in the physically, is pretty good. Maybe tactically, the league could improve, but the level was pretty good. And as a group, we did a really good season. We finished seventh in the country. We lost in the quarterfinals, and personally, I think I did a good season. I scored some goals. I could honestly score some more goals, but still good. I'm happy with the season, and I hope next one, which is gonna be my final season in college, I hope we can do even better.
So Franklin Pierce University is where you are, and will you be returning next year for another season at Franklin Pierce?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
back.
will be. Excellent. So for all of the Franklin Pierce fans that are out there watching this, as well as FA Euro, this is not the last time here domestically that you will be seeing Anto. Let's talk a little bit about what you have done outside of collegiate play, also outside of FA Euro as well. There is some places here that I see that are very familiar to some. How about Real Madrid? And then there's a few that I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce because I would probably sound way too American to say these names. But you know what? I will try one here. Alcorcon B, AD, Alcorcon B, Real Madrid, and then you have a few others here. Colmenar Viejo. My late grandmother, who is part Mexican, would be very proud of even my attempting. But talk about the other clubs
Yes.
that you've played for, and talk about most notably Real Madrid as well.
Yes, I mean, Colmenar Viejo, as you said, is my hometown team. I started there. It's a city located, let's say, 20 minutes away of Madrid. And then when I was 11, 12 years old, I went to Real Madrid. I spent there 4 years until I was 16 years old. Then, honestly, I could go to other places of Spain, good teams, but to stay in Madrid, I played for Rayo Vallecano, which is a good club there in Spain. That club has been many seasons in the first division. I currently is playing in the second level of Spain, which is Segunda División. It's a great club, and yes, then I played for some clubs in the fourth level. And my last season there, I played for a B team of a professional team, which is Alcorcón. The first team is in the second division either. And yes, I spent one season there for the B team, and it was nice. It's nice to play for a team which has a professional structure with the facilities they have. And honestly, those clubs has similar structure than big college here in America, let's say, like in terms of fields, in terms of staff, in terms of other resources like gyms, like, I don't know, like the feeding they give you is a really, really good level.
So with that being said, now you're able to play for these clubs internationally or by your home, where you're from, Madrid, Spain. You went to high school also, and you also said that you did not play high school soccer. Now, for obvious reason, we could probably, come down to the common denominator and say, well, because you're playing for all these other teams. But was it because that you were playing for the other teams that you didn't have time? What was the reasoning behind not playing for your high school?
I mean, yes, it's a big reason. In Europe, the system is completely different.
Yeah.
Sports are not related with like the education.
Right.
So you play from one club, everyone plays for clubs, and then for other side is your school, your high school, or your university. So you just play for clubs. I was lucky that I could play for some of the top teams of Madrid, even for one of the top teams of the world, which is Real Madrid. And I was able to play with top players who are now in top teams of the world, like Real Madrid or Atletico. But yes, I mean, I never played for high school. I think no one in Europe did that. That's part of the American system, but it is not like that in Europe.
Okay, so now for those that are here, now they know the reason why you did not play in high school. And we do know a lot of people that are on the collegiate level, they usually do play at a high school, but there you go. You got the explanation there directly from Anto. Let's keep moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, on our inaugural episode of Extra Time. Meet the team here by FA Euro, as well as the Eastern Observer, a joint project here that we've been working on for the past few months during quarantine. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in here this afternoon. Let's keep moving it forward here. And now, summer of 2021, Anto, and you are here in Brooklyn, New York, and you're with FA Euro New York. Talk about how you got to really FA Euro. How did you get here?
I mean, I was just looking for have the experience to play in USL 2. My head coach from my university, Ruben Resendes, is a top coach. He already knew some like the stuff from FA Euro. He sent my video to them, and yes, they decided to be in touch with me. We were talking about the possibility to come here to play for FA Euro. Finally, I decided to come here. I think it's gonna be a massive experience for me. Be living in New York, be spending a couple months, or I hope more time, because it means that we are getting the playoff for in this city. I'm playing for this club, which is I think a big club with a huge potential to grow in a maybe one of the best city of the world, which is New York, and I'm fully happy to be here. So yes, that more or less how it happened.
Yeah, we are extremely happy to have you. And, I can't wait to meet you as well on the 19th, where everyone, ladies and gentlemen, can see on the bottom of our broadcast here. We do have the USL League Two schedule. The first 4 or 5 games are on the bottom. You can see on the ticker the FA Euro New York squad. First team will be taking on Westchester Flames on May 19th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. FC Motown will be coming to Calvert Vaux Park on May 22nd, Saturday, starting at 8 p.m. FA Euro will then head to Morris Elite SC, the brand new team in the Metropolitan Division, and taking on them on Tuesday the 25th, starting at 7:30, and the Long Island Rough Riders will be coming to FA Euro at Calvert Vaux Park starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, May 29th. So really good stuff there, Anto. Let's keep it moving forward, though. Going back to school, though, and you're pursuing a Master's of Business, an MBA at Franklin Pierce. You're taking 3 courses. How difficult is taking 3 courses at a master's level? And again, really doing this at such a high level and playing soccer at a high level as well. How difficult is that for you in terms of time management?
I mean, it's tough. It's just about organize properly your time. I'm also working for a company in Spain, so I'm kind of busy currently. But yes, I mean, I'm truly thankful for my university to give me the opportunity to study, and now it's up to me to organize my time to be able to both play soccer and also study. So it's just about organize properly the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about what you've noticed also in the first few days of training as well with head coach Joe Balsamo.
I'm pretty happy here. I mean, the session is going good. I'm very happy both with the coach and also with the staff. I think the group is nice. We are living here, some of the players, and we are building a strong relation. I think it's going to be a great experience.
Yeah, it's all really good stuff. Talk about what you can see heading into the first game, which really is about 11, or no, not even 11 days. It's about 8 days away from when we're recording this. Talk about that experience and what you feel like playing on an American pitch, but FIFA rules.
I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm actually excited about it. It's a new experience. Honestly, soccer for me now is just about have new experience. I think this is gonna be a huge experience playing, as you said, not just college, but playing both in America and also for a club, not for a college. And I'm pretty excited about it. I've been practicing in Spain during the last months, but now that I'm with the group and we start to feel in the pressure and the feeling from the game, is nice to be back here.
So, Anto, let's talk a little bit about your personal self. And something that all of our fans out there would love to know is a little bit more about you personally. So, let's see. You're an athletic guy. It doesn't seem like you really hang back, but maybe there's some, maybe during quarantine, you might have turned on Netflix, turned on Hulu, or turned on anything along those lines, maybe different shows, different movies. Talk about let's list maybe your top 3 movies or TV shows that you've been watching the last year or maybe most recently.
Oof, that's a good question. I mean, I got Netflix, and Netflix is my best provider of movies and shows. So I kind of depend of Netflix in terms of what's movies and shows. But yes, I mean, I don't know, movies. For example, during the quarantine, I was watching The Last Dance about
Oh,
my
yes.
career, and wow, it's nice because you see how, I don't know, like roles, like how a sport team works in terms of group, in terms of coach, in terms of manage personalities, and I really love that show. Other one, I don't know, movie. Let's say, I don't know. I used to watch shows, so I don't know. Stranger Things is
Yeah.
also that I love, and also when I'm here in US, I'm used to watch Shameless, but
Yeah.
I cannot do it in Spain because it's not available. So in Spain, I got Suits. It's a movie. It's a show which is here
Yep.
in New York, and it's nice. But I don't know why here in US is not available. So I'm kind of, depending of where I'm living, I'm watching one of other. So it's fun.
So that's pretty good. So that's pretty good. So you got Suits, Shameless, Stranger Things, The Last Dance. That's all pretty good stuff, and I can attest to all of that. That's fantastic. Uh, let's say now, I guess the next thing would be now when there's no soccer, right? Or when it's really cold outside, what are the winter activities that Anto does when it's cold outside?
I mean, honestly, I could not do any of those sports or activities when I was a children or when I was younger because of my clubs didn't let me do it. So now, for example, I've been living in New Hampshire. It's pretty cold, and you know, like the snow. I like to just walk into the snow and stuff. But honestly, I prefer the sun. I prefer go to the beach and this kind of stuff.
You just fly down, you just go down south and you just say, okay, well, we'll see we'll see in a couple of weeks when you have to be there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Final question here on our on the extra time meet the team inaugural episode. Obviously you're an athlete, so there's got to be favorite dishes and favorite meals that you like to eat, whether it be when you're not playing or after a game. What is it to you? Maybe your top 3 dishes or meals.
That's a good question. I mean, I try to don't eat too much non healthy stuff, especially when I'm in season. But I would say burgers from United States are simply uh, pretty good. And then I don't know. I like burgers. I like pizza, but I need to eat more protein, like chicken, like healthier stuff. A lot of veggies. I love to eat this kind of stuff during the season because at the end of the day, I feel much better. But for my free meal, I used to get a burger.
Okay, so it is so are you a hamburger guy or a cheeseburger guy?
Cheeseburger.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Good. Very
always.
good. So the top 3 meals of Anto's free time as well as in season stuff. That is pretty good also to all of the viewers out there who possibly might be having a tough time being able to regimen that diet during in season, especially all of our FA Euro watchers out there. You just heard Anto. More protein. That is the way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Anto Santos is our first signee as well as our first guest here on Extra Time Meet the Team. Anto, thank you so much for coming on here with us, and we look forward to seeing you play on the 19th at Westchester.
Thank you, guys. A pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, that's Anto Santos. I'm Joey Jarzynka. For all of us at FA Euro New York and the Blackjack Media Group, we'll see you next time.